Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of CampusCare EdTalks. EdTalks is a platform where educators and leaders come on board and express their viewpoints related to education and society. Our topic for discussion is: does our technology connect us more or isolate us more? And to express her viewpoints on the same, we have Mrs. Subra, principal of RB Children Valley School, Balia. So I would really would like to have a warm welcome, ma'am. And I would like to tell you what Entab is. So it's a 22-year-old IT company which has its premium schools across India to help them evolve and revolutionize the way of learning. We are the number one provider of high quality futuristic ERPs, CRMs, and mobile apps for schools, students, and teachers. It's a very ma'am, we are privileged to have you here, and we would like to address our audience with few questions. To start off with, we have: with the advent of technology, have we become closer to each other or too far from the reality? Over to you, Subra, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So, given the chance to and appreciate to Intaf all of the Intaf family to given the chance to share my ideas about the technology. So, it is my view on the school from 2020, 2019. It is launched in overall India across abroad तो पहले से ही है overall India. So we have to see them. We easily connect the students and easily connect the parents and easily connect the far away our relatives. That's the quarantine system, the pandemic. So, world was in quarantine time. People turned to their electronics to continue their education and employment also, as well as get the latest information of the pandemic. From the pandemic, we have to touch the mobile electronics device and show our families, relatives, and the students also. Lots of days we stay our home to disconnect our family members and students also. We are our beloved students. But technology is a very easy to connect our beloved students and family members also who stay away from far to home. So that's why I am very glad to technology is our hands and always we are my vision also every school should be launched the technology in the modern era.
Right, ma'am. To understand this fact that technology has played a very pivotal role, since
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
we can understand this from the pandemic situation itself. It has created,
Yes.
and it has, this is the one thing that hasn't halted our way of learning, way of working, because if there's no technology, we would have gone under a toss. So which brings me to another question: is, do you think the use of technology should become mandatory in schools?
Yes, ma'am. Should be mandatory in school because whenever we face the pandemic once again, so it is habituated the students and teachers to more and more. How we launch the technology, how we share our system to and reach our educational views to share through the technology. हो सकता है दोबारा आ सकता है pandemic. So we are very careful about it and trained our teachers and students also, how they use it. But one view I can share my experience, but always not the students and teachers who addicted the social media and internet also. This is the bad effect of the students and teachers. These use should not be. This is isolate us from the family and from our nearest person. We bear the little bit of time to our family. This
Right.
is the bad effect of technology.
Right, ma'am. Which is bringing me to another question. The next question is, what are the pros and cons of having technology? What all factors contribute in isolating them from each other? So, like you
Ma'am.
clearly said, and like you've told, the use of technology should be mandatory in schools. Obviously, we have to come up with something new, and each day we are adding skills. So, technology does play an important role. It connects people from different states and different continents and bring us together and have a common platform wherein everybody can interact, talk, share their views, express each other, and understand what is going around the world. So what are the pros, what are the cons of having technology, and how does it contribute in isolating us from each other?
Ma'am, actually, it's pros and cons, merits and demerits, both of each uses. But always we take care how how we use it for positive way, how we use it. So, किस तरीके से इसको use करना है. That's why at first we are very careful to uses the technology, how which points we touch it and which are not. But it's the cons also is to carelessness. EST addiction. Avoid the addiction of the mobile phone addictions. Avoid the addiction. Avoid of social media. Otherwise, it is very beneficial to us as well as a school teacher and students also. Very, very beneficial.
Right, ma'am. Yeah, to understand the fact, we understand the pros. What are the pros of technology? Technology has given us the barrier. The biggest barrier was distance. Technology has avoided that.
Yes,
Then if you talk about what technology has made us more skilled, more advanced in terms of thinking, in terms of understanding, in terms of learning. We have a lot of platforms, we have a lot of applications, we have a lot of
yes, yes.
things. If you talk about technology, if you talk about how to enhance yourself, we are sitting right across in a dining room, or maybe in a bedroom, and learning a lot of things just by sitting at your home. Just you don't even have to go out. So you have it has also given us the physical barrier also. You've
Yes,
dismissed
ma'am.
the physical barrier
We
as well.
should connect the global world also. We should connect the global world also. We should connect the modern technology, modern uh, system. How it's that's why science lab, science is sociology. These are all the subject connected to relate to the world, abroad to world. So it is very beneficial to we are setting the technology in our school, and every school should be.
Absolutely, ma'am. But with technology come its cons as well, wherein people are getting isolated from each other. The isolation just comes from everywhere. So people are locked in one room
Uh,
for 7 to 8 hours,
okay.
disconnected to their families, just connected to a screen, and the screen time has increased
Also
since this.
going to the depression. Also the very absolute causes is the depression. So most of the most of the people are depressed nowadays. And, mostly the under the pandemic. So they are a barrier of loneliness. So they start the fun and start the friendship through the internet. But it is a very bad effect also. I have to see the detailed share of the mobile, detailed share of the bank account. ये सारी चीज जो है we are detail share our bank account OTP number. This is a very careful when we everyone we should use the social media and internet.
Yeah, ma'am, I can understand. So you're telling that it has its bad effects when it comes to, using excessive of social media. People are all over games on their misusing of technology. Basically, you're trying to quote. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we shouldn't be misusing, because there are people who barely understand the technology even now. So there are a lot of ways wherein a lot of mishappenings may happen. The technology do give us a lot of benefits, but comes with its own disadvantages as well. So depression, like you said, depression, it gives just people try to find everything over their virtual world so much. They've forgotten the traditional values of, connecting with
Yes.
each other, meeting each other physically, talking to each other, expressing their views, expressing their feelings. They've gone so far that, this depression, this loneliness lingers on so very badly to them.
Decrease our loneliness. But it provides us with the possibility to work remotely. Possibility of work remotely to be able to keep up with the news update. Always we get take the news update where it happens anywhere in the world. This is a very beneficial to us and to our students also.
Right, ma'am. Bringing to my next question is, do you think technology is instrumental in bringing gaps in reality?
No, it is a vice and versa. That's a reality or more reality. We have to get it. More reality. Reality means that is not the we found it anywhere. But when we are, my mom is far away from Kolkata. Okay, I am Bengali. Kolkata. My mom is Bangladesh. How I connect her? So it is reality. The doesn't matter the reality that time. I switched on my mobile phone and I connect her through the uh, internet. I meet with my mom also. So this is a very beneficial thing. The reality nowadays, reality also we get from the technology. This is my matlab, absolute absolute answer. We have to get more and a lot of things from the technology. Without without mobile phone, we are how we manage myself.
Right, ma'am. So,
So harmful is also harmful also. But whenever people use it, very careful about how if when he or she uses it or not. Okay, ma'am.
yeah, ma'am. So, what we can understand is technology is instrumental in bringing reality,
And,
bringing gap in reality. So, we have a two-way
okay,
answer to that.
okay, ma'am. Visualize is a very nowadays students are very careless to the systems of the reading or writing. But visualize this, see the chapter, visualize the see the ocean. That's why is a very clear conception build up their mind.
Right, ma'am. Yeah, so what we
Okay.
can understand is, technology in reality brings a gap, and it has a two-way form to it. So if we have somebody who's right next to us, sitting in our family, or a new, attached to our family, it does bring a gap by, giving a lot of screen time to
Fulfill
people.
the gaps also. I also saying the fulfill the gaps of the of us. Technology fulfill the gap. Lots of day we miss my brother, mom, every student. Whenever I was in Kolkata, how I interact my teachers and students also. That time it is a very I have to feel. I feel today this is a device. Mobile is a very reality too. Otherwise, I don't know everyone the another thinking. But my thinking is it is very nearer, closer to connect to us overall the world and overall the missing family, missing friend and missing students.
Yeah, so we have, covered a long distance with the technology. We can sit and feel right next to each other, even if we are, distance apart, miles apart. So this technology has, actually bridged a gap between, if we talk about demographics, if we talk about the distance, if we talk about the, duration and the geographical areas, if we consider, that has given us a real world to where we exist and how we live. So it has, drastically bridging a gap between the reality wherein people are connecting far off places and, getting attached to each other, knowing each other. So yeah, technology has its pros and cons, but more or less it has given us all the benefits that we can talk about.
Okay, okay. Absolutely right, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you
Thank
for
you so much,
any
ma'am,
other
for,
questions.
sharing your insights and your experiences and your values to us and giving this a more insightful session to us. It was a very lovely session, and it was very nice to have you here, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you
okay,
so much,
ma'am.
ma'am. Have a